Right. I'm hoping to bring on somebody onto the stream. Hopefully they show up. But basically, he was heading into recovery, and he feels like he's kind of backtracked a lot to the point where he's just wired and just constantly being triggered by even the smallest sounds. So can I try and help him out? Let me just get my chat box up. Hi, Leo. Hey, good evening. I'm here again. Almost fell asleep, but my muscles twitched and twitched. Did it happen to you? I took magnesium now. Does it help? Yeah, I used to get muscle twitches. I used to get like a falling sensation before I fell asleep as well. Hated it. I used to soak in magnesium salts in baths before bed, and yeah, it did help me. One sec. Hey, babe. Hey. What? Oh, what's up? I don't see anything. It's gonna feel like a what? Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you back. Let's take. How am I today? Yeah, I'm alright. Did 2 hours of like walking and jogging. Got a kilogram of blackberries that I picked. Cleaned. Didn't do too much today. But yeah, I was hoping that this guy was gonna. I was hoping that he was there. Anyway, how are you doing, Leo? Like, at what point are you in your recovery and everything? Like, how are you doing? What have you done today? Went shopping with girlfriend down me. Sounds pretty good. I'm doing all right at the moment. I'm on vacation now, so I can relax a lot and don't have to go to work. Uh, with a foam roller, I just kind of did my own thing on it, whatever felt good. I used to, for some reason, I used to really love just rolling my back on it, and sometimes if had the foam roller like in this part of my neck and just flat on the floor, I used to fall asleep. Used to be really relaxing for me. I don't know why. I used to do that when I had POTS symptoms as well. For some reason, I felt much more comfortable just being flat on the floor than anything else. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, I was hoping there would be a guest. Like he messaged me like an hour and a half ago, and I was out, so I got back and haven't heard from him yet. Basically, somebody that has like relapsed with severe adrenal fatigue. So yeah, I'll answer any questions now. Like um, while I'm waiting, and if he doesn't show up, I'll just go off and have an early night. Should have just established the time really. Leo, like I can imagine. I don't think I could have united any of it. I was curious if you did the EFT daily. No, I didn't. Or during your sessions with an EFT. I did them during sessions and whenever I felt like I wanted to do it. I didn't go, oh God, I should be doing EFT right now. I just was like, if I didn't want to do it, I just didn't do it. If I felt like I had something to tap about, or if I wanted to think about something, then I used EFT. But no, I didn't have any routine or anything at all. Any certain brand of Keith grains you like? No, just not the powder stuff. I just used the actual grains. Kathy, I recognise you. Hey James, have you done any yoga? If so, what would you recommend? No. I used to use maybe some like downward dog or some what's it called? Let me check. Downward dog. No, not that one. That's not the one done. Yoga pose is downward dog. I used the one where you lay flat on the floor between your legs, like not sure, but pretty much you lay with your head on the floor. I just did that one. Do you find yourself nodding back and forth before whilst sleeping? Sometimes. I got that sense of falling that I mentioned earlier. Did you do any stretching at all? Whatever I felt. Yeah, child's pose. That's the one I did. Yeah, that's one I did. I keep getting repetitive thoughts and worry about from the past. Yes and no. You could use EFT on that, but I wouldn't dwell on those things. Maybe like clap yourself out of it, or EFT, find out why you're feeling that certain way. It's always good to let go of the past, whatever it is. I know it's easier said than done. It can take a long time. Did you use any herbs during recovery? No, but if I went back and did recovery now, I'd definitely use turmeric and ginger. Like, I don't really do juicing, but I will say this, that I do love a carrot and ginger juice. Makes me feel good in the morning. Do you use a chiropractor near the end of your recovery or from the beginning? Near the end. Oh, wait. Was it? I can't actually remember. You know what? It might have been at the beginning. I can't remember. You know what? I think it was before I changed my diet and stuff. I managed to get to a chiropractor because it was a free trial, and you know, I felt better from it. But I was like, oh, I'm not recovered, so therefore I don't need it, and I didn't go back. But I mean, I had about 6 sessions, but I think it was nearer the beginning actually. I get a lot of headaches. I'm trying not to do ibuprofen. No, I just went through all the pain. Like when I had tonsillitis and glandular fever, I didn't use a single painkiller, and I was in quite a lot of pain. Like it felt like I was swallowing glass. I tried to avoid painkillers as much as possible. What always helps me when I'm in pain is a hot bath. I've been reading about turmeric heated up to make golden paste. Have you heard of this? Nope. But I know that turmeric's extremely powerful herb. There's also a herb. No. There's actually like the end drip of turmeric, and it's really powerful. I heard about it the other day. Can't remember his name. I actually drank from plastic, but it was these 10-liter plastic bags that came inside cardboard, so they weren't exposed to light. But yeah, I did drink from plastic. Like glass bottles, it's like £1 a liter. Like I wasn't gonna pay that. Yeah, ginger is fantastic. Did you find chiropractor help? You know what? It wasn't so much the chiropractor side that helped me. It was more, well, I don't know. I can't say that. It was more the release of tension in my neck and back that she did from the massaging the muscle knots and trigger points. That really helped. I've never tried the osteopath. The best speech I've heard in your description doesn't work. All right, okay, I'll have to sort that out. How's the crow? Well, it's actually at my girlfriend's house, but we have a love-hate relationship, me and that crow. One minute I'm the best friend, the next minute she's pecking me really hard. Thoughts on massage? Wish I could afford a weekly massage. That would have been really nice. Massages really help. They really relax you, and there's nothing like that's going to hinder you in a massage. Did you track your macronutrient, micronutrient? No, didn't track anything. Tracked calories for about 2 weeks or something, just to have a understanding of what I was putting in my body. Only have a shower, not a bath. Would an Epsom salt foot bath soap, do you think, does your body need to be? I can't say, because I did use a bath, and I know most people don't, like, not most people, but some people just don't have a bath. But there's no harm in trying. Went to a family party today and got told by so many people to not take a year out, and now I'm doubting everything. A year out from what? Ever happened to you falling asleep 3 times per day with no reason? Well, it's not for no reason. It's because you need to rest. I always feel better during the evening. Is that something you found? Often wake up in the morning anxious. I've been told 5-HTP helps. I used that supplement for a while, and then I just stopped it. I just ended up just having things like bananas and stuff that have naturally that in. I mean, like, what time in the morning are you waking up? Are you waking up throughout the night as well? Also, yeah, there's a lot of things to say about that. You know, I used like 2 supplements during recovery: probiotics and a B12, vitamin D and B12, so 3 supplements really. But I don't count water keef because it's not really a supplement. Did you wake up same time every day whilst recovering? You know, I'd wake up about 6 or 7, and then I read that Dr. Jacob Leopold always recommended people rest in until 9, even if they were awake. So I used to do that most mornings and listen to audiobook again, like I did. So I'd unwind, listen to audiobook, fall asleep, wake up, rest, wind down still kind of thing, and listen to an audiobook, and then get up at 9. Sorry. Why would I need to rest after sleeping 8 hours? Well, if you're here, you most likely have like some form of chronic fatigue or pain or whatever, and your body's not working as it should do. So you can sleep 12 hours and you can still be nodding off in the middle of the day. There's so many reasons, and you know, I don't know much about your case, but just because you're sleeping 8 hours doesn't mean that your body doesn't want to rest more. You have to look at so many factors. Whose recovery videos did you watch? I've been trying to find others for inspiration, but there's a lot of LP and money making out there. Lightning Process, I know it's obscene the amount that they charge for that. I didn't listen to anyone that said they recovered from severe pain and fibromyalgia symptoms from just doing the Lightning Process. I instantly just didn't bother listening to them. Because, like, for example, I talked to this one girl that said she'd recovered. I spoke to her, and 6 months later or something, she said she'd recovered. 6 months later, I was like, how are you doing? And she'd relapsed. I don't believe in one-stop treatments like LP for a systemic illness of the body. You know, the placebo effect's a very real and powerful thing, but there's only so long that's going to last, in my opinion. I don't think a placebo will last a lifetime. Eventually, your body will catch up with you. Wake up approx 5 a.m. Sometimes can't get back to sleep. 5 a.m.'s fine, you know. Just rest. No, if that's where you are, don't stress out about it. Just rest in bed, listen to audiobook or read a book or something, and just rest. What to do then? Well, if you're still resting, like, I don't know anything about your life, where you are, where you've been, like how you're in this mess, and to begin with, You're sleeping 8 hours, but what time are you going to bed? Like, if you're going to bed like at 11, 12, 1 in the morning, you're missing those vital hours where the sleep is more regenerative. Sean Stevenson's a good person to listen to when it comes to sleep. You can ask anyone in this chat that's messed with their sleep routine, and if they're going to bed early, they're going to feel a lot more refreshed, even if it's less sleep. Yeah, you need to get that sleeping pattern from 12 down to 9, 10. You'll see a difference. Listen to this guy. Yeah, the Optimum Health Clinic have recovery stories on their YouTube, including James one too, I think. Yeah, I personally didn't use the Optimal Health Clinic's recovery stories for inspiration at all. I didn't use them. I used the like psychology side for about 5 sessions, but no, I didn't use them for inspiration. I used personal YouTube testimonies of people not selling a thing. But what channels do I use? I would use, for example, doctors. I would use Jacob Teitelbaum, Dr. J. Wilson. I would use John Berg. I would use Dr. Morse. I would use Dr. Bernard. I would use then personal channels. I would use just random personal channels that barely had any views. They'd do one video and then that was it, saying how they recovered. I would listen to them, see what they had to say. I would use a channel called Arnold's Way. It had people that had been diagnosed, for example, with Lyme's disease or cancer, and really making a huge strides in recovery by just changing the way they were living. I used to listen to, there's a bunch of people that were personal testimonies. I'm sure I have a video where I go and earlier on in my YouTube channel saying what I recommended, what channels I recommend. What time did you wake up and get up during recovery? Sometimes it was 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, when I sorted my pattern out at that time. Like when I had insomnia, I wasn't really sleeping, but I'd get up early, but I wouldn't get up and start my day early. I'd rest. Would you recommend living alone rather than family? Yes. I mean, it depends. If your family are a good influence on you and you feel good after talking to them and they understand and they're letting you do your thing, live with family. But if you feel drained and you can't explain to them, they don't understand, then I think living alone is best for recovery, because that's what I did. Have you heard about Ashok Gupta's theory on CFS, where he talks about amygdala being traumatized and being in constant fight or flight? No, but yeah, being trapped in constant fight or flight really burns the body's resources, from what I've read. When you were ill, did you get any useful advice from the doctors? No. Which of John Berg did you lice to? What part did you, if any? John Berg, I just he talks about probiotics, and at the time he was talking about plant-based eating and not eating any refined foods and no gluten, and why you shouldn't eat gluten and why you shouldn't eat this and that. And I found his advice very useful. I think he's a genuine guy. A recent guy that I like listening to also is John Rose. He's on about juicing, and I'm not necessarily a promoter of juicing. Just because of my own experiences, I know it's very helpful to a lot of people, but say for example today I had like half a liter of juice that I made fresh, just trying it, and I swear that I start getting dark circles within a few hours of having juice. I think my body absolutely hates juicing. I don't know, like, I could be one of those people that are very sensitive to oxalates or something in greens. Because I remember that I couldn't have raw greens. Did you find that? Yeah, I didn't have smoothies when recovering. In the very beginning, I did because I was to the people I was listening to. I was having smoothies and it was destroying my blood sugar. Like, it was like a roller coaster, and I felt like comatose. So I stopped having juices and started eating my food only. And I didn't juice, no smoothies, no nothing. I just ate my food. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Now and again, I'll have a smoothie, just to take my time with it. I enjoy a smoothie now and again, and it has the fiber in it. You know, when I have a juice, one thing I will say is that one juice that I don't react badly to is if I have carrots and ginger. Then I feel fine. I think it's, I don't know why that is. It's odd because juicing is the one thing that has ever helped me noticeably feel good. I even played badminton after 3 days. Yeah, see, you know, I this is why I don't say don't juice to people. I just say, you know, take it in mind. I don't promote it because of just my experience, but helps some people. You know, look at the fat, sick, and nearly dead guy. Changed his life on it. Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't do the raw thing for very long. I think I did the most a week as well. I do better on cooked food and veggies as well. Starches like beans, sweet potato, cooked steamed green veggies. Um, what else? Uh, Bananas, like fruits, and eating the fruits, not smoothing or juicing them. But I feel much better on majority cooked food. Starches, veggies, fats as well. My diet's very. I need to upload that video. I've got a video of. I need to upload. It's just basically I get a glass, and I get this scoop of I get a scoop of chia seeds, scoop of basically layer this porridge. I go oats, chia seeds, oats, walnuts, oats, blackberries, oats, and then I just pour milk in there and I leave it overnight. It's like overnight oats with lots of different fats in, like chia seed, walnuts, almond butter, things like that. I have vegan butter on my potatoes to make it less dry. Is this bad or using? Or, you know what? I would, if I was gonna. I personally think vegan butters are absolute shit. Like, in terms of health, because it's just solidified cooked vegetable oils. Right, I don't agree. But if you want to make them less dry, use some cold olive oil at the end. And one tip: don't pierce your potatoes when you cook them. It dries them out. If you leave them whole, they keep the moisture. So put a bit of olive oil on at the end, or a bit of coconut oil, just so you're not heating the oils. It makes it more healthy. Do you think breakfast cereals are bad for recovery? Yeah. I used to always pierce them. Don't pierce them. They'll be moist. Do you think breakfast cereals are bad for recovery? Yeah. It's just refined shit with sugar and stuff. Like, I don't always say, yeah, avocado and potato. I love that. How long do you cook them for? What temp? Depends on the size. But breakfast cereal, if you're weaning off like gluten and stuff and you're just having cravings, like, go for it. Like, I think I had a few vegan cereals in the beginning when I was just going crazy at the huge diet shift, but I don't really recommend things like that. I never know what to eat on sweet potatoes. I've eaten them with berries, but other than that, I don't know how else to eat. You can they're so versatile, sweet potatoes. Honeybee said, avocado on there, bit of oil. Uh, you can even do them sweet. Peanut butter, sweet potato. Like you can do almond butter. You can do some beans with veggies. Like sweet potatoes, I use them nearly every other day. Yeah, vegan cheese. You can make your own vegan cheese. It's really nice. My girlfriend made it recently. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of vegan replacements because they're usually junk food. When people go vegan, the health benefits really come from increasing your amount of veggies and uh, just eating really healthy. But you know, I used them as well in the beginning, a bit. I hadn't had cereal for months until the other day, then craved one, felt wired and shit. No more again. Yeah, it's just shit. It's not healthy at all. It's just refined flour, refined sugar usually. Yo, Dr. Greger has said in videos that salt exacerbates autoimmune diseases, but many doctors recommend adding salt to water. I personally used pink Himalayan salt in my water. Dr. Jacob Teitelbaum says that it's good for the adrenals. I followed his advice. It must have helped me, I think. I don't think it was counterproductive. For some reason, I just don't feel very good when I have no salt. There could be other factors. I could have less quality sleep, but I don't know. I personally am not going to avoid salt. I love sweet corn and salad with them. Yeah, that's nice. What's my plans for the future? Yeah, not table salt. I'm not saying have table salt, but just like organic sea salt, Celtic sea salt, pink salt. My plans for the future, like at this point, I'm considering a bunch of different things. I'm considering getting a trade. Um, I'm thinking of getting. I was thinking about volunteering to be a PCSO in the police. I was considering um, a career in health. I really don't know. I was considering being a nurse. I really don't know. But I'm really considering getting a trade like electrician or something, or maybe even an air traffic controller. I really don't know. I really don't know at this point. It's really confusing me. World's your oyster, James. I know there's a naturopath college, yeah, and it's really expensive to get in. Everyone says no dairy. Yeah, when I was recovering, I never saw anyone recover when eating dairy. Every single person I listened to in the years I was watching YouTube, not one of them, I swear it was not one of them that had gluten or dairy. I swear all of them cut it out. I was addicted to cheese. I used to put cheese on everything. I used to melt my full fat butter, 6 egg omelette, melt 4 different types of cheeses in there. That's how I used to eat when I was ill. And I believe that was healthy because it was free range and organic or whatever. How did you meet your girlfriend? Does she have similar lifestyle and diet to you? Yeah, she does. Met her on Instagram actually. I sound 102 saying that. Do you consider study medicine? I am still considering that as well. But the thing is, I just don't agree with the way our like system's set up. Like covering symptoms rather than treating the cause. I don't like that. I'd like to be one of those doctors where I go, psst, change your fucking diet and your lifestyle. But most people go to doctors because they want quick fixes. They're not going to listen to that. I deleted my Instagram. I deleted all my social media apart from YouTube. Yeah, they don't know anything about health. Like, I remember when I was 17, 18, I was like, I feel tired all the time. I'm not sleeping very well. I feel shit. I've got acne. Like, could it be my diet? And they would say, no, diet has no impact on your health. It has nothing to do. It's just genetics. Fuck, that angers me so much. You know what makes me more pissed off is the fact that you get 13-year-old girls with a bit of acne and the doctor gives them the pill. That's insanity. Messes up their hormones. Yeah, it's good for diagnosis. I agree with that. And it's good to get checked out just to make sure you haven't got anything that's severe that's going to actually kill you anytime soon. What about goat's cheese? I do like it. I'm hoping it's not categorized as dairy. What do you think? Apparently, it's more bioavailable than dairy from a cow. But I personally had goat's milk as well for a little bit of time. I personally cut it out, but you have to see what works for you. You know, there's so many considerations when it comes to animal products. But what put me off dairy was having raw goat's milk with Keith. I had raw goat's milk kefir, and within half an hour I was pissing blood. And it gave me a severe kidney infection, so that put me off for good. I was put on a drug called Accutane for acne when I was 14. That shit messes people up. I swear I've seen things saying that Accutane can cause autoimmunes. Just insanity, really is. I wanted to go on Accutane. I went to the referred to a dermatologist at like 15, 16, and I was waiting there like, yes, Accutane, that's what I wanted. It gets rid of acne. And my mum pulled me out of the dermatologist and said, no way. And I was really pissed off at her, but I'm glad she did it now. Because my situation could have been even worse. My doctor diagnosed me with ME after saying, pull your socks up, and then he told me ME wasn't real after he just diagnosed me. It's just so stupid, isn't it? What happened to no harm in medicine? What do you think about calorie restriction? I try to listen to my body again. I tend to overeat when I didn't count my calories. Do you think I used to get used to that restriction time? I wouldn't restrict your calories during recovery. Listen to your body. I gained weight during recovery, but I think it was for the best. Listen to your body. Every time, listen to your body. Your body runs off energy, and calories are your energy. So calorie is a measurement of energy. My Argonaut game today, can you use it on your skin every day? Yeah, I don't see why not. I use it whenever I feel a bit dry or after a bath where I've dried my skin out. Do you prefer to listen to your body? Yeah. Controversial topic, feel free not to answer. What is your view on vaccinations? I've been reading a lot about vaccinations. You know what? I will say this is that vaccinations, what I found fascinating is that every drug that's on the market has a list of side effects. Yeah. And they're acknowledged, If you go to a doctor and you say, I was taking a blood pressure medication, I got this side effect, they'll change you from a different to a different medication. The thing is you're not allowed to question vaccines whatsoever. They do no wrong. There's nothing wrong with vaccines. They can't do any damage. Even questioning vaccines is seen as complete quackery. You're out of your head. You should be put in jail. What I'm starting to realize from what I did a lot of research, and I've got a lot of books on it. Balanced books, I would say. I don't take it all in as complete and utter gospel, but what I will say this is that a lot of our illnesses throughout history have been due to sanitation rather than anything else. Like, the conditions people lived in was fucking abysmal. The diets was abysmal. Eating rotten meats that was cooked, eating poor nutrition, living in cramped conditions, throwing your shit out onto the street. You know, sanitation was absolutely abysmal. But when you're taught about vaccines, it's all that's the reason why illnesses have gone down. I fucking don't believe that anymore. I don't believe that. What do I believe in vaccines? I think that vaccines, yeah, I've had all my vaccines, sadly, I think. And vaccines almost killed my brother. And I think the difference is that if you have a child that has lowered immunity, it gets impacted by vaccines hugely. I think that where your immune system is at has a huge impact on how a vaccine will impact your body. So if, for example, I was 17, I was getting ill, very tired all the time, and I went for my BCG jab, I felt absolutely atrociously ill. Flu symptoms, everything, when I had that jab within an hour. And if you told a doctor that, he'd say, nope, no impact. Vaccines don't do that. You probably just got a coincidence you had the flu. I felt absolutely atrocious. And that, I think that was one part that played in the downfall of my health. Could I appear on your channel one day? I would love to share my story. Yep. Honeybee, message me and we'll do a live stream if you want, or you can make a video with your story and I'll upload it to my channel. So upload it to yours, PM me a private, like, unlinked video, or even just have it public on your channel. I'll download it and put it on my channel. That's if you want to. Where'd you buy your Argonaut, please? Amazon. Do you think more people have ME in Western countries due to stress and pressure? I think the way that we're living is not right. That's another topic. Like, I think the way we're living is just not normal. If you don't get your kids vaccinated, you will basically be accused of child abuse and neglect. I had hepatitis B vaccine while I had glandular fever. You would be surprised at how many people on my channel can like think back to a time when they had a vaccine and felt absolutely atrocious. It's usually in conjunction with like something else that's gone wrong in their diet and life. They also do that with dog vaccines. So many deaths because of them, literally within hours. You know what? My grandma's dog died last year. Within like 5 or 10 minutes, he had a vaccine, came out into the open hallway, fell on the floor, dead. Age 7, 8, whatever it was. Insane. Yeah, see, if you go against vaccines in any way, you will be cut. They will fucking smash you. They'll come down on you like a ton of bricks just for questioning it. Just one question. To me, that speaks volumes. Like, my brother almost died from a vaccine. He screamed for 3 days, and the doctor pretty much said, like, there's a high chance that he will die. My mum had to get ready for him to die. Luckily, he survived, but, you know, I just think it's insane that you can make a vaccine and say, this is okay for everyone to use. It doesn't make sense. Antibiotics too. My illness was triggered by, I was on antibiotics for acne. Like, no infection, just acne. So I was just absolutely destroying my gut. And at the time, I was drinking Diet Coke and cake and pasta and pizza. Oh, shit. Cypro, I'm sure that's a really strong antibiotic as well. Mold's another thing that can impact people's health dramatically, like living in mold conditions. Yeah, I don't. Is tetanus the same as BCG jab? But I felt the same year I had my tetanus BCG jab is the same year I crashed. What do you think about mitochondria supplements? Some people say recover using them. I don't believe in that. Like, it's like putting a plaster on a sinking ship, like a hole. Yeah, you might feel like you're better using them, but it's like a crutch. You're not fixing the root cause. Some vaccines contain heavy metals. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's mercury fillings as well. Yeah, you in America you can get done for being a terrorist for showing what goes on in slaughterhouse. That's insanity. I was on tetracycline for 14 months straight. It gave me IBS. Look at all the. I tell you what, if you question every one of my subscribers if they had antibiotics for something like a long dose of antibiotics or something like that, you'll see that a lot of them do it. Oh no, I took 20 supplements a day at one point after blood tests showing mitochondrial dysfunction. Expensive waste. A lot of people, when they find out that Western medicine's failed them, they'll go to a naturopath, and the naturopath will go, I'll give you a supplement that will help you recover. It's just the same thing, just in a natural container. Expensive as well. Like, what I was trying to say was, you go to Western medicine, they have no answers for you. You rebel, you go to the opposite side of natural medicine, and they sell you more stuff that isn't going to help you either. More than likely. I don't think there would be anyone with a systemic chronic illness that recovers just using supplements. But I don't know when I'm actually hungry or it's just a thought about eating. Because when I have been busy a day, I don't think about food as much when I'm at home. Okay, well, you're going to have to figure this out for yourself, but I personally went through a similar thing and I just ate anyway. I personally, I read The Great Starvation Experiment and the impact that even mild calorie restriction had on soldiers, and I consider adrenal fatigue, being in fight or flight, constant chronically ill as something on par with being at war. Like, your body's just in a war zone. So I took that information and I felt compelled to go with what it was trying to say. And it was trying to say the impact calories can have on our body, your mental health, everything. So I just, the only downside was that I gained weight, but I knew that once I recovered, I was going to lose all that weight that I've gained. So I just looked at it like that. A lot of people just can't kind of get their heads around putting on weight. Like, they want to stay slim and stuff. And I say, during recovery, you have to put how you feel above everything else. It's first and foremost, you want to feel good. I was sent to a pain clinic at hospital for my pelvis, and she put me on antibiotics straight away. I didn't have any infection. I just had 3 loads of surgery. Absolutely insane. They give you it just in case you get an infection. That's insane. And antibiotic resistance is a growing problem, and they're giving them away like that. For example, my mum had a facial surgery, like not a surgery. God, she'd kill me. She had something like a face treatment or something, and they gave her antibiotics, like these freelance people. That is insane. I'm enjoying plain food much more now. I intuitively, I just struggle to finish meals or skip meals. Now I eat regular and stop when I'm full. How was that? The great combination. I'll go off soon, guys. The guy never, he wasn't here. He'll have to do it another time. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I am underweight and would really like to put on some weight. I've struggled gaining weight on whole foods, plant-based diet, trying to... Yeah, if you want to gain weight, you want to eat more fats, especially nut butters and stuff. My girlfriend just said, what am I on about? Because I use supplements. Like, she said, I'm the supplement god. I use a vitamin D during the winter, and if I haven't had any sun. I sometimes use a zinc, especially if I, like, for example, I have an ulcer, I'll use a zinc, and the day after it's gone. I use a B12 now and again, and that's it. But basically, when I say about the supplements, is these things like D-ribose for the mitochondrial function. I disagree with stuff like that. You know, I remember when I spent 40, 50 pound on a bottle, a um, a tub of D-ribose, and I remember, you know, it might be like using crutches for your mitochondria, but I don't think you need D-ribose to recover. Did you eat canned prepared vegan beans or chilies? Yeah, I did, just for convenience. How I saw it was I was eating organic veg and preparing home meals, and I was eating so healthy, you know, like canned foods aren't going to hold me back. Just because they were convenient and I didn't have much energy, especially in the beginning. Did I ever use NHS CFS Clinic? No. How long did you leave on the apple cider vinegar clay mask you mentioned? 10, 15 minutes? Yeah, I did them daily. 2-hour group appointments. I hated ME Clinic. Ulcer and zinc, we'll have to try that. Yeah, if you get an ulcer, pop a zinc, next day it will most likely be gone. Did you have to do group sessions? D-ribose did nothing for me, and MSM powder was because of, and yes, so expensive, no improvement. I did MSM powder as well. No, trust me, I've done all of them. I tell people, just don't waste your money. Like a zinc supplement for like 2 or 3 months supply is like 5 or 6 quid. B12 is the same, it's like £10. Vitamin D, maybe a bit more expensive if you get a good one. But they're really cheap considering, comparing them to the other supplements. When you use B12, did you feel a difference? I have the idea it makes me feel like shit every time I take it. You know what? I have a guy that's doing I know a guy that has Xanax withdrawal, and whenever he takes B12, he gets wired. Don't ask me why. I don't have enough information on that. Some people, have you had your B12 levels checked? Get them checked. See if you're really low. You may have a problem to do with, like, I don't know whether it's to do with the nervous system or not, but I know that some people get triggered from B12 supplements. But no, I hadn't actually ever taken a B12 supplement when I first got my blood test taken, and I was over the national average at 1,000. 997 was my B12 levels, which is very high. I'd never taken a B12. But I bought one anyway. Should you wait until all symptoms disappear before doing any exercise? Yeah, like, you're worried about deconditioning. Getting a bit tired now. Deconditioning. Well, this is how I see it. Once you're recovered, you will have all in the time in the world to recondition your muscles. Yeah, I lost all conditioning and everything. Like, I was so weak when I first was able to do exercise. I could barely do one girl push up. That's how, like, deconditioned my muscles were. But I built it up after time. I tell people, um, wait until you wake up feeling refreshed, and wake up until you don't have any aches and pains, because that's your body saying, you know what, I'm ready to move now. Other people have different opinions to me, but that's how I saw it, and that's how I went with it. Yeah, like for example, I did 160 miles over 2 days on my bike, and that was like a year or so after my recovery. You get back there. Once you decondition, it's not like you lose it forever. Yeah, you have leg muscles from walking, don't want to lose it, but feel knackered really. Personally, I think you should go with the fact that you feel knackered. Don't try and keep it. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. My B12 is at 194. That's quite low. Jesper, have you ever used Xanax or an anti-anxiety drug or anti-depression drug? Crazy how much snake oil is being sold by doctors. For a year, I was on something called shoemaker protocol by treating mold illness. Made me feel even worse. Yeah, I wouldn't trust half of those snake oil salesmen out there. Listen to your body. This is how it is. Your body never lies to you. Your mind plays tricks on you. Especially during recovery. It's like don't listen to your mind. Just breathe, feel your body. What does it feel like doing? If it's achy, you're knackered, don't do anything. Yeah, my girlfriend said that mental health helps, and you can't really have one without the other. Like, have you ever seen a very depressed person have tons and tons of energy? Or have you ever been with someone that's like, basically what I'm trying to say is that you need to treat everything, and that's what I did. In the beginning, I was very adamant that mental health played no role in my illness, and it turned out that it did have a role, but it wasn't. I wasn't going to just treat that and then recover. It was just one part of recovery. B12 186. Those are quite low numbers. Jesper, I don't know what it is, but anti-anxiety drugs and B12 don't go together. I think anti-anxiety drugs burn through your B12 deposits or something. Like it's like it burns your B12 stores, and when you take B12 whilst being on like an anti-anxiety drug, it's like it triggers something. I'm not sure what it is, but I know a number of people that have done Xanax and other anti anxiety drugs and felt like shit after B12 supplementation. It's interesting, but there's not much research into it. You really have to figure it out yourself. It's sad. Trouble is, I'm married and have housework to do, but even washing up and hoovering is exhausting, but needs to be done, sadly. Well, you just have to kind of build your day like around it, like rest and do everything you can right, and then get that done when you can. And try and take your time. Don't do it too rigorously. Exertion is so difficult to gauge because when I go to 20 minutes, I feel better after, but my crashes always happen 1-2 days after. Yeah, this is what I say to people. In the very beginning, when you start to feel like you want to walk and wait 3 days, 4 days. The longer, the better. 3, 4, 5 days max is fine. And then see how you react. Then go another walk and slowly increase it just so you can be sure that you're benefiting 100% from the walking. If you feel like you've taken a step back, uh, if you feel like you've taken a step back, just rest again. Go back to square one, just go back to the basics. I understand. I think my mother-in-law thinks I'm useless. Oh, God. I feel sorry for you. Yeah, I know. People don't understand. They don't understand how ill it makes you feel. Yeah, see, these drugs are having an impact. They're not just getting rid of your anxiety, they're doing other things inside your body that you're not aware of. Crashes after exercise often appear a few days. Probably means you did a bit too much. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think pacing is rubbish. Like, every time I try to pace, it's like, this is how I see pacing. You go, right, charge my iPhone. Oh, it's at 5%. Let's take it out and use it. That's how I see pacing. So you charge up your iPhone 10% and you go, right, I'm going to use 8% today. When if you just left 10% in there, you've just give your body like a buffer to work with and just keep doing that over and over again. That's how I see it. I don't believe in pacing. I really don't. If you wouldn't take your iPod out at 10% and then go out for the day. Like, by all means, when you're at a stage where you can exercise, by all means take it slowly. But pacing when you're in recovery and at the beginning, I think it's a load of shit. That's my opinion. But not everyone's the same. I asked my husband to help me chop up some veg and his mum was horrified. Oh my god. But what if it's kind of a little addiction? Because these people listen to their body too. I do plant-based vegan, but I could eat tons of nuts and that scares me. You know, like, Lisa, I was probably addicted to food as well, but I just went with it. Yeah, I love those Clive pies. I haven't had one for a while, but I do love them. Like, they were my treat during recovery. Those were my reward for sticking to my diet. I'm trying to get off. My body won't let me. I'm now already for weeks, 5 milligram. But when I'm off, my nervous system starts to get crazy and I get electric shocks through my body. Man, those drugs are so insane. It's crazy how they just throw them out like candy. I think you're gonna have to go through that stage because until you do that, you're just gonna be on it. But don't take my advice. Listen to someone that's been through it themselves. That's what I advise. But anti-anxiety drugs play havoc on your nervous system. Yesterday, in someone's recovery video, she always said only do half of what you feel you can do. I say do 10%, but everyone's different. 20 minutes. Yeah, okay. I will say that my personal opinion is that you need to get off everything to recover. But don't take that and just get off it. Like, go and listen to someone that knows that's got off it. Maybe wean yourself off it or something. But I really think those drugs can wreak havoc on your body. Glad you think pacing is shite. Thought it was just me being thick or something. It's fucking shit. That's my opinion. This is the thing. As much as I think I'd like to do a job in health and stuff, to get employed, I'd probably hate something that my employers are like recommending or selling needless shit. Like, I'd rather just go tell the unadulterated truth of recovery um, to people than say, I don't want to. I don't want to sell bullshit products. Yeah. See, my GP put me on prolactin. Gives me energy. Was hyper. See, you just burning fumes. Yeah, I personally am going for a more minimalistic lifestyle as well. I feel better for it. I prefer it. Yeah, you'd have to push bullshit products. I know. That's why it puts me off. Like, if I have a trade, for example, I'm selling something worthwhile. So if someone's asking you to do something and you fix it, you've done what they wanted you to do. But with health. There's just so much shit. They're trying to make money from absolute junk. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to wean off it. Anyway, guys, I'll go to bed now because it's getting late. I could do this all night, but I'm gonna be away for a while. I'll see if I can do a live stream somewhere else, but yeah, I'll go off now. I hope this was helpful in any way. Yeah, no worries. I'm knackered. 10 o'clock. Don't do what I do. Don't stay up till 10 o'clock on the PC. See you later.